Hello, Flawless family. Today I'm joined by Abby Cooper, who is one of our Flawless interns, a recent high school graduate who will be attending Tulane University in the fall. So, congrats again, Abby. Like all high schoolers in the class of 2020, the ending of her high school experience was not what she anticipated. So, today we're going to get her thoughts on her experience. So, thanks for joining us, Abby.
Thank you for having me.
Right. From the student perspective, graduating high school senior, now you're in summer. So what has life been since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic for you?
There's definitely been a lot of ups and downs, and things haven't gone as expected. Um, I know at first I was a little nervous about how being at home all the time would go.
Mhm.
I didn't know if that would be tolerable, just staying at home all the time. But um, I've definitely gotten used to that. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Um, it has been a little hard to stay motivated with school. Obviously, that's a little over now, but um, it has been hard to find motivation at sometimes. It's been a little sad missing out on some of the traditions, but
Mhm.
my school's been really good about making us as comfortable as possible. So very thankful for that.
Awesome. Going back to, you're finishing up your high school senior semester. Can you just tell us about your academic experience and, what was it like having to take online classes?
Definitely not as bad as I thought it would be again. Our school definitely made sure that our schedules were flexible. We didn't have any mandatory like Zoom meetings for classes. We just had assignments and then optional meetings to meet with our teachers if we had any questions. Um, we also had pass-fail classes for our last quarter, which was very nice of them. So we just kind of had to do some of our work at least. Um, And normally, the end of senior year of high school isn't the most academically rigorous point of life, but um, our school definitely made it not painful to
Mhm.
still have to go to classes. Our teachers were very nice, had a lot of fun, different activities since we didn't have the same kind of format of classes. They got to come up with a lot of different ways to learn things, which was really fun to see.
You mentioned missing out on festivities. In general, as a high school senior, that'd be graduation, that'd be prom, and I'm sure your high school had their own particular senior year festivities and traditions. So, you mentioned it a little bit, but like, what is it like to know that something that so many high school seniors look forward to and feel really entitled to, that you're part of that graduating class that's missing out on those traditions. So how does that feel?
It's definitely very weird to not have. I kind of referred to it as like the senior schedule, where we have a senior barbecue at my school, and then we have finals, prom. We have like our T-shirt day for when everyone commits to their college, and then graduation, obviously. So it's definitely weird not having everything go exactly how it was supposed to be, but we've found a lot of fun ways to make things kind of be able to work as much as they can. Like we made a video for T-shirt day where everyone just kind of sent in a video of them wearing their college T-shirt, and so that was a nice thing to have everyone kind of come together for that. We had a drive-through graduation. All of our speeches were online, and then we sort of drove through our school and they handed us our diploma. So it was nice to be able to see some of the teachers lined up against the fences and be able to see everyone a little bit, at least from our car.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm impressed that your high school went to those lengths to try to give you somewhat of a sign off or a goodbye. So that's impressive. And you know thinking about the social aspects of these things, like you being a high school senior, not being around your friends, and for a lot of your friends, you guys are all going to different places now. So I know things have changed a little bit. Some states have opened up a bit, but just with the whole experience of having to remain socially distanced, how hard was that, and what did you do to try to remain close to your friends?
I've definitely been FaceTiming them a lot, going on Zoom meetings and checking in on people whenever I can, because it is kind of hard to be alone just with your family all the time. Um, I have been doing the thing where you kind of pop your trunks in a parking lot with your friends and sit far apart from each other,
Right.
which is fun to be able to see them in person. Um, on the other hand, for looking forward to the fall, going to college, it's weird to try to make new friends from the area even when you can't go and meet with them. You have to entirely just meet people online. And as of now, I'll be able to meet them in the fall, but we still don't really know what's happening with that. So it's definitely weird going into college and having that whole transition, not even really knowing what it's going to be like. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned just now. So as of right now, Tulane is saying yes, we're having in-person classes in the fall.
As of now, yes, they moved our move-in forward by a week, so we're going a little bit early and then ending right before Thanksgiving break. So,
Wow.
and then I don't know when we'll go back after that, but that's what's happening as of now.
Right. So then that kind of brings me to my next question. Like, is that, are you worried that, now we're going from being socially distant to now, okay, let's put 1,000 kids all in the same classes. And, does that worry you? Does that excite you? Like, how do you feel about that?
It does worry me a little bit. I don't really know exactly how everything's going to work. Tulane has been very good. We had a town hall meeting on Zoom where they talked about their plans for different classes. They have, obviously it's in a city, so there's not a ton of space for outdoor learning, but they've been planning on having some classes outside when possible, having lower class numbers, having an option to take classes online if you want to. They have a plan for housing where if you don't want a roommate, then you can do that. So it's definitely weird, like I said, not really knowing how everything's going to work, but everyone's kind of going through this at the same time, and we'll figure it out together, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and that's definitely accommodating. So definitely awesome to see Tulane and other universities take those precautions and measures. But, if you had to give advice, kind of like you just said, we're all going through this together. If you had to give advice for the rest of the graduating seniors, now incoming freshmen, like what would that be to everyone in the class of 2020?
I'd say, as cheesy as it sounds, that everything that's going on right now is just going to make everything later seem a lot better, and it's going to make us stronger. And going to college and meeting new people is going to be even more fun after we've all been alone for a little while. So it's not ideal right now, but I think that in the long run, it'll be something to remember. So
Yeah, that's a nice positive spin to it. And, as a graduating high school senior, like the college process is difficult. It's challenging, finding what schools that interest you, that fits you best. What advice do you have to these juniors that are now rising seniors who are going to take your position, assuming that high school is going to be in person again. But what advice do you have for those people who are now going to be going through what you just went through with the whole college process?
I'd say in terms of high school that if you don't really know what's going to happen in the fall in terms of having classes in person, but just keeping in mind that the year goes fast in general, and having that time together, even if you can't be physically together, to just make sure you're staying with your friends as much as possible. And in terms of the college process, I would say that right now you probably have a little more time to get ahead on applications. I know I did a lot of college research last summer and tried to get organized over last summer. So even if you don't have a chance to visit schools, you can take advantage of schools' websites and online tours. I know a lot of colleges have made specific online tours because of this. Just make sure that your senior year is the best that it can be of whatever it is.
Beautiful. And so, getting back to you specifically, Abby, what is next for Abby Cooper? What are your goals? Do you know you want to major in? Like, what's next for Abby Cooper at Tulane University?
I I am planning on majoring in either public health or psychology or some combination of those. Um, I hope that I can continue with Flawless and continue down that path and keep working with mental health and all the stuff like that, because I do really feel passionate about that. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Awesome, awesome. And, speaking of working with Flawless, we always got to ask people their top self-care tips. So what are your top self-care tips for everyone?
I've been exercising a lot, keeping a good sleep schedule, staying positive every night I write down one thing that I can look forward to tomorrow and one thing that I accomplished that day. Because even when you're stuck in your house, it can make you feel like you did something. It's very good. And even the thing that you look forward to or the thing that you accomplish, even if it's like taking your dog for a walk, it just is nice to like think about one thing that you can enjoy every day. It makes you feel more grateful for what you have.
Definitely. That's awesome, Abby. So we thank you so much for, finding the time to get vulnerable, to tell us about your personal experience with everything going on with COVID-19 and being a graduating senior. So thank you again, Abby. And for all those watching, if you want more from Abby, make sure you just follow us and continue to watch our stories and check out her amazing blog posts that she writes. So thank you again, Abby. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.